Hello YouTube, Adam here with Livingston Financial, and let's just get down to brass tacks right now. We all want to be rich, and there's no shame in admitting that. It's okay, we can be honest about what we want. With great wealth comes great freedom. Therefore, we can spend the limited time on earth that we have doing the things we want to do, rather than flipping burgers full-time at Burger King. Thankfully for you guys, I am here to help you get rich, and I know the first question you're probably asking is, am I rich? And to be honest with you, not yet. I understand that you probably want to get advice from somebody who is rich. However, getting rich is a long process. That's right, I don't consider myself rich at all. I'm only 24 years old, and I came from a family that I would legitimately consider poor. I mean, we really never had any extra money. Ever. Now, growing up in a family without a lot of money kind of conditioned me into having a scarcity mindset regarding money. One day when I have a family and kids, I'll want to be able to provide them with certain luxuries that I didn't have. So the question still remains, why should you guys listen to me? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm not some YouTuber who's going to give you some bullshit, get-rich-quick financial advice. I'm going to give you the solid, actionable, practical knowledge to get rich yourself, and it's a long process, but if you listen to what I say, it will happen for you, I promise. Getting rich is a process, and unless you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, that process does suck for the majority of people. And we all want to expedite that process, folks. We want to get to the point where we're no longer trading our time for wages. So in order to do that, we need to make our yearly income replace our yearly expenses. Let's say that you're working a full-time job and the returns from your investments are now replacing your yearly expenses. You can now retire. How cool is that? The easiest way to do that is to eliminate the expenses in your life. And I'm going to give you the tips in this video that will help you replace your likely number one most expensive expense. Housing. I want you to get out a pen and paper and write down a list of your expenses. I am willing to bet that on the number one, top of the list, most expensive expense that you have is your housing. Now, what if I told you there was a way to eliminate your housing expense entirely? Well, there is, and it is absolutely revolutionary. It is called house hacking. You can eliminate your monthly rent or your mortgage payments, and for some of you, you'll not only be able to live for free, you'll be able to make money just by living in your place of residence. Now, if you remember, I already did a video on why you should never buy a new car, so if you've listened to the tips in that presentation, you will have already eliminated your number two biggest expense. Now it's time to eliminate the number one. I highly recommend that video. I'm going to leave the link in the description because that will be another massive step in your ability to create wealth. So you've eliminated your car expense, and now you're going to eliminate your housing expense. Now you're going to have so much extra money to throw into investments. You're going to be like Tony Montana at the end of Scarface, except for high mountains of cocaine. You're going to have high mountains of cash. Now, house hacking is something that I pulled off myself just a couple weeks ago, and I'm so excited about it because it is going to shave years off of my working life. Now, if you follow these steps, you'll be able to do it too. House hacking is the best way to get started in real estate investing, so let's just define it right now. It's essentially buying a multifamily home, or you could also do it in a single family residence like I'm doing, but you're gonna live in one of the units and rent out the others. Now, the rent from your tenants is going to pay off your mortgage. I'll break down my personal situation so you can kind of see how it works. Before I moved into my new house, I was living in a one-bedroom apartment in Minneapolis with my now ex-fiance. Now, because she became my ex-fiance, that situation sucked and needed to change. The rent for our one-bedroom apartment was $985 a month. Now, my half of that was $492.50. I'm not one of those people that thinks renting out an apartment is necessarily throwing money away. However, that $492.50, all it was doing was providing a roof to go over my head, and I wasn't investing it or building equity in anything either. Because of the interesting circumstances, I really wasn't enjoying myself. I hope that's understandable. So things needed to change, and my friend texted me one day asking me if I wanted to buy his house. Now, that was pretty much perfect timing. Without much thinking, I literally just got out my phone and replied, "How much?" He wanted $215,000, and I replied with a counter offer of $205,000, and he accepted on the condition that we could do the transaction without a realtor. I then decided to buy the house without a realtor, and that allowed me to haggle him down to the $205,000. I'm going to do a separate video on how I bought this house without a realtor because I'll be able to save you guys a lot of money if you do decide to go that route. I ended up getting this place for a great price. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. That means that I'm able to live in this room that I'm sitting in right now and rent out the other 2 bedrooms and charge my 2 roommates $700 each a month for a total of $1,400. My monthly mortgage payment now is $1,291.75, and that includes insurance and property taxes. So if you do the math, by renting out those 2 other bedrooms for $700 a month, I am cash flowing $108.25 a month just by renting out the bedrooms. So I am living for free, and in addition to that, I'm actually making money. So how sweet is that? So now instead of paying $492.50 every month for my apartment, I am now using that money to put toward the mortgage at this place, plus the $1,400 that I'm getting from my roommates. Keep in mind that I'm also splitting my utilities now 3 ways, so it's even cheaper for me on that front. So now I want you guys to think larger. Think about buying a duplex or a triplex. You'll be able to house hack to a higher degree. The more units you're able to rent out, the more money you'll be able to cash flow on a monthly basis. Just Google all the stories about people are doing this, and it's pretty brilliant. Lots of people are getting rich using the house hacking method. I'm gonna read the details of one guy that I read about recently. He bought a triplex and has a monthly payment of $2,000, but he lives in 1 unit and rents out the other 2 for $1,400 each. So he's getting $2,800 a month in rental income, so he's cash flowing $800 a month. Imagine the potential if you rinse and repeat this process, folks. Let's say that you'll be able to save a bunch of money because you have your housing expense eliminated. You'll be able to save up for a down payment on yet another property within a year. The reason why real estate investing is so powerful is that you have 3 wealth building factors working for you at all times. The first one we've already gone over is rental income, and you're able to cash flow money by living for free and having your tenants pay your mortgage for you. The second real estate factor of wealth building is appreciation, because real estate values tend to appreciate over time, especially if you have good tenants that are taking care of your property. There's only so much space that's available in this world, so I think that because of the rising demand for real estate, prices are just gonna go up indefinitely. There are, of course, times when the market will have a downturn. However, even after crises like the one in 2008, you're gonna find that real estate prices historically do go up over time. The third real estate factor of wealth building is equity gain. Now, with the income from your roommates every single month, you're going to be making that mortgage payment. Some will be going toward interest and some will be going toward the principal. All the money going toward the principal is going to give you a net worth boost, because with each payment, you own a little more of your property. So after rinse and repeating, you're having all these tenants just building the equity for you. After 5 to 10 years, you're gonna be rich as fuck on paper. You could basically sell and cash out a bunch of money after just a few amount of years of doing this. It just gives you so much freedom. You can invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, cryptocurrency, whatever you wanna do. But with your housing expense eliminated, the options are almost endless. This is the true passive income that's gonna replace your full-time job income. Imagine if 5 years from now you had multiple properties cash flowing pure profits, and then another 5 years of that cash flow and the appreciation of the properties and the equity gain. You just have so much options to get rich in such a short amount of time. Real estate is exciting, no doubt, but it's not truly passive income. There is a lot of work into going into this, lots of upkeep with the tenants, but you can always consider hiring a property manager for about a 10% fee of the rents that you receive. That way you won't have to deal with the leaking sinks and the broken toilets at 3 o'clock in the morning. House hacking is absolutely the way to go if you want to eliminate the #1 largest expense of your life and free up that income to then invest for passive income. Is there a better way to dramatically shorten the length of your working career and get you wealthy? I really don't think so. Thank you so much for watching this video by Livingston Financial. If you found this informative or useful, please hit the subscribe button. I have a new video every single Wednesday filled with great personal finance advice. If you could also hit the thumbs up like button, that would greatly help my exposure with the YouTube algorithm. And I want to reach as many people as possible, because that's the reason why I'm doing this, just to help as many people as I can. Join me and help build your wealth alongside of me. I want you to follow my journey into creating lots of wealth for myself, and I just want you to be rich too, so let's go. Thanks so much for watching again, guys. Have a wonderful day.